Good afternoon and welcome to Extreme Arena in Coralville, Iowa, the home of the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. My name is Emery Songer. In just a moment, we're going to have a Class 5A quarterfinal as we're going to have the Pleasant Valley Spartans taking on the 6th seed, the Waukee Northwest Wolves. With that, it's going to be right here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. And right now, I guess I need to introduce my partner in crime today, Molly Geis. Molly, we're taking a look at these two teams before we get to the lineup, so we need to take a look and see how they got here to the road to the state tournament.
You can.
As the two teams get set to go, the road to state, as you're looking at the Waukee Northwest Wolves, a very young school, sitting at 28-12 and enter as the 6th seed of this tournament here in the Class 5A bracket.
Yeah, and it's their first time as Waukee Northwest to be here. They've only been a school for 2 years now.
Yeah, and they defeated Cedar Rapids Kennedy over 50 digs per set. That's the best in Class 5A, and 7th in 5A in kills per set. On the other side, Pleasant Valley, Eastern Iowa School, you never know how that's going to translate, but these teams see a lot of great talent both in the eastern side and in central Iowa. They defeated Dubuque Senior to get to state, and they are 3rd in 5A in kills per set at over 30. And they've also blocked plenty of opportunities, over 8 blocks per set. So you're going to see a lot of that today, and 5th in Class 5A there. These two teams are going to get lined up. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll get team introductions, starting lineups. Right after this, you're watching Girls State Volleyball presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
At Mid-American Energy, we are connectors,
protectors,
leaders,
job creators,
friends,
and neighbors,
and always at your service.
Whoa. Howdy. Hey, where'd you get that breakfast so fast?
Casey's. Fastest breakfast in the Midwest.
Try Casey's new Ultimate Beer Cheese Breakfast Pizza, Breakfast Burrito, or a new Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit.
Wow, that was fast.
And now, get a breakfast sandwich or pizza slice plus Casey's Premium Bean-to-Cup Coffee for just $4.
I rode a horse once.
Meet the starters for the Wolves. A junior, number 6, Cameron Vogt. A junior, number 7, Sadie Maz. A junior, number 8, Chloe Jones. A junior, number 12, Katie Lockyer. A junior, number 14, Katrina Pelds. A junior, number 21, Chloe Hayes. And their libero this afternoon, a senior, number 2, Brooklyn Halber. Head coach for Waukee Northwest, Jody Vogt. Now let's meet the non-starters and assistant coaches for Pleasant Valley. Number 1, Kinsey Statz. Number 3, Ella Jones. Number 5, Lauren Rome. Number 6, Abby Statz. Number 9, Quinn Weiss. Number 11, Karen Fowler. Number 12, Maura Peters. Number 15, Molly Ramirez. Your assistant coaches for the Spartans, April Rao, Claire Murata, Maddie Glatz, and Jesse Meyer. Now let's meet the starters for Pleasant Valley. A senior, number 2, Hallie Weiss. A senior, number 4, Sienna Rothler. A senior, number 7, Emily Goodpaster. A senior, number 13, Izzy Vandeweely. A senior, number 14, Chloe Klein. A freshman, number 18, Isabel Kramer. And the libero this afternoon, a junior, number 20, Molly Albrecht. Head coach for the Spartans, Amber Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, our officials for this afternoon's match. Your first referee, Sean Peterson. Your second referee, Jennifer Wick. And your line judges, Maurice Frazier and Ted Moser. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for state volleyball quarterfinal action.
All right, as the two teams got introduced, we had to jump in. They went a little quick on us there. So do want to get, just for recognition standpoint, for Waukee Northwest, their non-starters, Megan Lawns, Anna Pelds, Avery Vogt, Vanna Billich, Kate Hoover, Kaylee Cords, and Ava Kinsel. Those are going to be your non-starters for the Wolves, wearing black and blue. It's still kind of tough, Molly, to kind of wrap my head around the fact that this is a school out of central Iowa. But, man, they hit the ground running. They have been at multiple state tournaments already. This is, as you mentioned, year number 2 for the Wolves. And they're playing Pleasant Valley, who has been a powerhouse in the largest class in the state in pretty much every sport. The struggle that they have is they don't see these central Iowa teams, and their records are not as good as they probably could because they beat up on each other all the time.
Right. I think it makes it more interesting that they haven't seen a lot of the similar teams. And, you know, when you get here, obviously the game before us was went the other way than what it was supposed to. And, you know, it just depends on who's playing their game right now.
Yeah, the game that she is mentioning here on court number 2 of the 2 courts in play, 7-seed West Des Moines Valley upset number 2 seed Ankeny in 3 straight sets. So that was certainly a surprise. But something to keep an eye on because we saw Urbandale, the 8 seed, steal the first set against the top overall seed Iowa City Liberty, and those 2 teams run in very different circles as well, being Central Iowa versus Eastern Iowa. Now, Liberty did rally, come back, and win the next 3 sets to move on, but certainly something we're going to keep an eye on is this, the 3-6 matchup. We get underway, Waukee Northwest with the serve delivered by Katie Lockyer. On the far side, off the block and down, and immediately presence being felt, Isabel Kramer. She's a freshman sitting at, 6 foot even, 317 to kill efficiency, a team high for any of the starters.
Yeah, Pleasant Valley, just like last year, they're a very tall team. And they've got 6'5", 6'1", 6'1", 6 foot.
Yeah. A lot of length up there as Sadie Moss gets Northwest on the board with their first kill. Emery Songer alongside Molly Geis here high above the courts here at the Extreme Arena in Coralville. First time we're having the state tournament live here in Coralville instead of Cedar Rapids. Fun venue here is out of the middle, right through the block and down. Chloe Klein, she actually does have a higher efficiency rate than Kramer, but the senior, you mentioned, 6'5", 6'1", 6 foot, 6'1", all across the board. They even come off the bench with that kind of length. That is going to be a tough matchup for the blockers there, and that's why they have such a high block percentage as well, with as many tall hands as they can get up. Is nearly an ace there as that one died off of the hand of Goodpaster.
Well, and Waukee Northwest they're leading the state as a team in blocks. So, we've got a good blocking team on both sides.
That was Chloe Klein. Back to serve. And delivering it is Kenzie Statz. And there's a block right on cue as it was Hallie Weiss who got, I think, all of that one as Chloe Klein was in the middle as well, rejecting the kill attempt, and a quick 4-1 lead here in favor of Pleasant Valley. The serve from Statz again. And that's into the net, and that'll give Waukee Northwest the point and service, and it'll be their libero. We're going to be seeing plenty. Brooklyn Halbert.
Yeah, and I believe she's number 1 in digs in the state for 5A, and then Chloe Jones is number 2 in 5A.
They definitely get them out there as those defensive specialists in the back row, as this is going to be delivered by Waukee Northwest, a little bit too tall. Out of the middle was Chloe Hayes, and the error gives it right back to Pleasant Valley as the teams kind of feel it out. This is a different environment. And you can tell which school is from Eastern Iowa here because the contingency from Pleasant Valley is much more, as that one just kind of leaked too high over the net. A pretty easy drop down there by Chloe Klein. But we saw this with the matchup that we saw between Urbandale and Iowa City Liberty. Liberty filled their side of everything right down the street, whereas there wasn't quite, not even half as many, as that one's wide on the attempt there from Cameron Vogt. But Urbandale didn't have half as many, and that's kind of what we're seeing here. There's hardly a student section at all here for Waukee Northwest taking the trip here on a Monday afternoon.
Yeah, you would think they'd want to get out of school, I know. But tomorrow, or if they win, I'm trying to remember when they would play.
On Wednesday.
Yeah, that would be another middle of the day. So maybe it has to do with missing school a couple times. Banking on the fact that they go on to the next round.
Well, they definitely are going to try to do that. They are the underdog. They are the 6 seed. Pleasant Valley is the 3, but you can throw seeding out at the window when you see these teams. It's win or go home. As a kill there for Waukee Northwest. 7-3 as the 2 teams continue to feel each other out. The delivery here from Megan Longs. And right back over the top. Sienna Rothwood. Now, we've already said a handful of different names for Pleasant Valley who have finished points either as a block, as a kill. They are just so deep, and they can come from every single angle. There is not a weak spot in their rotation. Not one dominant player. Here on the near side, Waukee Northwest is going to take advantage as well with Katrina Pelds. Pelds on the season, 223 kills, one of the team leaders. Pelds will immediately go back and serve it up. Gets the instructions of where to put it from head coach Jody Vogt. Going to be dug out here on the near side. Swing and hitting the back line out of the middle. Once again, Izzy Vandeweely, a brand new name to learn. So, of the first 9 points, I feel like you got a chance to know a little bit about everybody that Pleasant Valley is going to be having in the front row.
Yeah, they have a very balanced attack. Makes it tough to know who to block.
And a lot of times, especially when you get to the smaller classes, you're only going to see one or two players that are really going to be dominant. As Waukee Northwest really couldn't get the handle on that one, and it'll be a 10-4 lead now for Pleasant Valley. And it's going to be a quick timeout going to be called by Waukee Northwest.
Yeah, Waukee Northwest just needs to shake off some of the nerves. It's just different to be here. It's exciting, but you have a lot of expectations too. So you see this a lot of time in the first game.
Well, and this is the other thing too. New environment, new arena, everything feels different, looks different. The field house behind us is where they warmed up, and there's nobody in there except each other. And you kind of had that a little bit when you were in Cedar Rapids, where you were kind of by yourself. But a lot of these schools that go here every year, these girls, they know what to expect there. This is everybody's first try coming here and having an opportunity to play in this type of environment in this building.
Right. I know when I came here, I was even, a little nervous because it's just you don't know how to get to where you're going, and everything's just different, and you don't like to feel rushed when you have to compete.
Well, Pleasant Valley certainly has been solid so far. Delivers on the service. Back set leaks over the top of the net, but Waukee Northwest handles it. It's going to be just passed over here by their libero, Halber. In the middle, little poke over, and that's just a good feel for the game that time by Izzy Vandeweely. You don't always have to hit fastballs. Saw plenty of space on that far side and dropped it right in.
I have a feeling she can see the court pretty well on the other side, being 6'5".
That'll help. Another service here by Rothler. Far side set, little behind the intended target, but a good swing that time by Lons. Out of the back, Weiss. Bump set to the backside. Oh, big block. Northwest keeps it alive, though. Plays it back. Can anybody get there? They can. It's going to be passed over here by Goodpaster. Far side, trying to time it up. Off the block, still alive. Joust at the top of the net and down. Waukee Northwest wins the point of the match so far. And they needed that. I mean, you're down 11-4 early. You just need some sign of life. Keep you in this first game. You don't want to fall behind and never get momentum and have to dig yourself out of a big hole.
Right. Yeah, they just need to start getting some hustle plays and do the little things right, and they'll come back.
Chloe Hayes is serving, the junior. Dug out on the back line, out of the middle. Oh, right through the block. Kind of a missed time there. Vandeweely gets credit again, but that's one of those things. The attacker jumped early, and you are basing your block on the attacker, but she does such a good job with her height of just kind of hanging in the air and was able just to push it right through the two blockers who just did not have that kind of hang time.
Yeah, exactly what you want out of middle. It doesn't matter how the kill comes.
And a swing by Sadie Moss, dug out, cross-court opportunity. Good dig on the back end by Kaylee Cord. She's into the game, and there's a big swing and a kill for Chloe Jones. A lot of Chloes on both sides. Jones, the 5'11" outside hitter, swings through that one. A .213 kill percentage this season coming in, but certainly a favorite target of the setters in the middle. 12-6. Northwest still trailing. Last-minute decision to play that one. That pass behind. And cross court, and it does paint a line. Hallie Weiss showing off the big swing and pinpoint location. Waukee Northwest bench thought that was a little bit to the brown side of the court instead of on the black, but it was on the black, and the next service in play. Back row, free ball over. Back set, confusion as to who was going to get that one. A little miscommunication that time between Chloe Klein and Isabel Kramer, and it ends up being a point to the Wolves. Don't see that too awful much when you're this deep into a season at state.
Right, but then again, there's those nerves, and it gets louder. It's hard to communicate,
especially with another court that's making a ton of noise as well. Although that game hasn't gotten started yet. Last-minute opportunity for Albrecht, and again, she just kind of couldn't decide if she wanted that or not, and ended up misplaying it. And another free point here. So a couple of mistakes by Pleasant Valley have gotten Northwest within 5 once again. 13-8. Service upcoming from Jones. This time Albrecht a clean dig. This will be past the far side. Jones. And a little back set off the block. Beautifully done that time by Cameron Vogt. Katie Lockyer, you've got such an important job mixing it up as a setter, but making sure your sets are leading the momentum of your attacker. And right there, picture perfect back set. And there was no chance for Pleasant Valley to get there in time.
Yeah, and Pleasant Valley is struggling a little bit with their pass right now. And so had to send over an easier ball, and then Waukee Northwest has time to set it up.
And there's an ace. Chloe Jones on a good run of serve here as that one ate up the back row. I believe that was Goodpaster who tried to jump in there, and it ended up hitting her on the arm instead of on the hands, and just went all the way back down into the bench.
Everybody always likes to see the kills and blocks and stuff like that, but it really is the serving and passing that wins games.
This one also kind of eats up the libero Albrecht, but she does well to keep it in play. Going to be dug out. Back pass, hanging in the air and just pushing it over was Peltz. Here near side, cross court, picture perfect again from Hallie Weiss. So Weiss has done a good job so far.
She is a good player. She knows the court, and when she plays back row, she's an option for their back row attack as well.
14-10 now the score. That is a second kill for Weiss. That one drops in. Just a little herky-jerky plays like that, though. That's what's kept Waukee Northwest in this first set. Is just some miscommunications, just lack of execution on the Spartans' point of view.
Yeah, I don't feel like either team is really quite
a little long there on serve.
Settled in and playing their game, so you prepare for what they typically do, and then you've got these really random, things that are happening, and so Waukee Northwest just needs to keep fighting and try to stay in this game.
Weiss, by the way, has 3 kills. That was her third, by the way, before the service error. This one going to be in the middle, little poke over, going to be picked up. Northwest, a two-handed attack into the back row, a little scramble play, and nobody's there to get it. Northwest this time with the miscommunication, as Peltz really had no choice but to just pass it over at waist high and ended up dropping right in over the front row and in front of the back row.
And Hallie Weiss did a good job running side to side to pick up that ball, dove on the ground and saved it.
Good recognition that time by Peltz on the far side. Chloe Klein, my mistake, was the Pleasant Valley player on the kill, but Peltz did a good job kind of watching that ball, knew where she was, and let it go for the service error. And that'll give the ball back to Waukee Northwest, and Megan Lawns will serve it up from the middle. Oh, great serve. Going to be back, and then the kill is down by Klein once again through the block. There, that was picture-perfect passing on the backside there by the Spartans. 17-12 as we're rolling along. We've only had a couple of really long, drawn-out rallies so far. Klein to serve. Goes to Peltz. Far side. Klein again. Here to the near side. Far side look. Two teams right on cue. As soon as I say there haven't been a lot of long rallies, we have one of the longer rallies of the match so far. And that was just mishandled on the pass there on the dig. And Northwest does come out of there with it. I believe Peltz going to get credit for it. She'll go back to serve. But if they go into those longer rallies, I feel like Waukee Northwest can hold their own.
Right.
And they've definitely served it well so far. There's another good one. Good passer. Not going to be able to handle this one.
I feel like if Waukee Northwest can keep Pleasant Valley out of system, that really, really helps them. So they're going to do some serving strategy to keep them from using those tall players in the middle, and it seems to be working right now.
Well, they're going to have to go out of the back here. This one going to be a little curveball collision. Multiple players running into each other, but Waukee Northwest for at least now has survived. here coming out of the back in the middle. Just a rejection, but wide. It was well timed out of the middle by Vanderweely, but credit to Kill. And you're seeing some great hitting this time. Chloe Klein out of the back row flying up and getting a good swing on that one. Actually give that one to Peltz. Getting my 14s mixed up on both of these teams. They've been out there the whole time. Either way.
Yeah, I'm so glad I don't have your job to have to know all the and just to say them constantly.
I got 5 games this week too, so you know the names are running like a snake through my brain. But we'll get it right. Katrina Peltz in black, Chloe Klein in white, and another miscommunication there as the ball drops in at the feet from Kaylee Cords, and an important ace there from Sienna Rothler. And the Spartans now a 19-15 lead. Northwest got incredibly close there within a couple of points, but have been able to distance back out to 4 for now, and it will be 3 at this time after a good swing and a kill by Chloe Jones off the block.
And Rothler is in her first year as being the setter all the way around. They lost their setter last year. And so, you know, clearly doing a very good job. 801 assists coming into today.
Good passer and Albrecht kind of run into each other, but they're able to play it over other Spartans. And another miscommunication, but Northwest able to play it over with good hands. Somehow it goes back over on the ricochet, and then out of the middle, Vanderweely says, let me put this away for you.
Yeah, she got her timing on that one for sure.
Great scramble plays by Northwest, but you're not going to be able to survive forever just trying to keep the ball in play, especially with the kind of hitters that the Spartans are going to be throwing at you up front.
Yeah, and some of these kids, you know, for Pleasant Valley that didn't play last year, they probably were on the JV team playing against that state title team, and it's made them that much better.
Iron sharpens iron, that's for sure. Far side, going to be dug out over the head, Albrecht, and there's going to be a whistle and a double hit for Pleasant Valley. And again, Waukee Northwest hanging around, 20-17 on the board right now.
Waukee Northwest really has answered pretty well. They got down early and showed some nerves, but I feel like they've settled in.
They were down by 7 very early as this swing by Vanderweely is blocked where it came from by Vogt. This one just barely over. Running bump set, and it's well done again, this time by Moss. Far side, off the top of the block. Halber there. And then in the middle, just wide. Everything looked good except the finish.
Right idea in mind to hit the corner, but just had moved, you know, you transition and you get running around the court and kind of forget where you are.
That was Vogt, Cameron Vogt. Just a little bit wide on the delivery there. And then immediately the serve is out from Pleasant Valley's libero, Molly Albrecht.
That side has had trouble serving. Ankeny was on that side earlier today, and
you're looking at something so different with, you know, a new court and a net and everything behind the defense. They talk about it in basketball a lot with the new, when you see a new court with a backdrop, you're shooting at it, it takes a long time to get adjusted. I think serving on both ends here would be a little bit of a challenge at first. Quick point there by Pleasant Valley. Waukee Northwest will burn timeout number 2. They're 3 points away, Pleasant Valley, from taking set 1, but I still think even if Waukee Northwest can't get this one, they have set themselves up to have something to hold on to. They didn't let this slip away early like they could have.
Yeah. Waukee Northwest, they've got some multi-sport athletes. They've got a ton of basketball players, some softball players that have experience at this high level, and so Coach Vogt is just talking to them, trying to get them to, let's fight for this game. It's going to make a big difference.
And all you got to do is get a couple here, and you really put the pressure on. That's one thing that's great about this sport is there's no clock working against you. And you have to score 25 in the first 4 sets if you're going to win. And even then, you have to win by 2. So still an opportunity at any point to just stick with it. Pleasant Valley will be serving here out of the timeout. Still both timeouts in Pleasant Valley's back pocket, so if Northwest grabs a couple of points here, they could call a timeout and kind of restack the deck a little bit. The serve coming from Kinsey Stats. She steps into it, and nobody there on the second pass. You talked about it. That first stick's got to be a good one, and Halber there just a little bit short on it, and nobody was going to be able to get their hand under it. Now a 5-point edge Stats on the serve again.
Yeah, serving short strategically.
There's a good block somehow, I think with the shoulder. Far side. Pelds dug out. And this will be a free ball pass over. Again, a late decision of who's taking it for Northwest. Pelds off the block. On her knees getting it. That time was Moss and saving the point. It's a tough angle to pass, but they're just going to. And it hit the line. That was close. Not exactly sure how that happened. Again, a broken play. This time it works out for Northwest.
Yeah, I think the fact that she was mistimed it a little bit helped it stay in.
Yeah, Cameron Vogt gets credit for the kill. And immediately Halber into the net. And those are the kind of mistakes that you can shore up. They have served, for the most part, serving got them back into this set early when they were down by 7.
Yeah, the timing of things really matters, and little mistakes here and there.
Set point. The pass goes too long. Set up in the middle, but blocked straight down.
Yeah, Waukee Northwest just hadn't pressed over yet, so it came down on their side.
That'll be 25-19 for the first set. We'll head to the second set. Waukee Northwest down 1-0 to Pleasant Valley. And we'll come back with it right after this. You're watching the Girls High School Athletic Union State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Mid-American Energy Girls Network.
At Mid-American Energy, we are connectors.
Protectors.
Leaders.
Job creators.
Friends.
And neighbors. And always at your service.
Fairway values family, and we treat our employees and our customers like their family.
If you're looking for a place to shop, our service is amazing.
We have put an emphasis on hiring good people.
One of the things that we talk about is just doing the right thing.
And that is so key to this day and age.
Fairway just isn't about selling groceries. It's about taking care of people.
That, to me, is the best thing we can do at Fairway.
Whoa. Howdy. Hey, where'd you get that breakfast so fast?
Casey's. Fastest breakfast in the Midwest.
Try Casey's new Ultimate Beer Cheese Breakfast Pizza, Breakfast Burrito, or a new Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit.
Wow, that was fast.
And now, get a breakfast sandwich or pizza slice plus Casey's Premium Bean-to-Cup Coffee for just $4.
I rode a horse once.
Welcome back here to the Class 5A quarterfinals at Extreme Arena in Coralville. Hey fans, did you know that Central College has you covered with career-building programs, and with tuition less than $20,000 a year and tons of scholarships, it is the best decision ever. So apply today at central.edu. Big thanks to Central College for all of their great work supporting Girls High School Athletic Union and all of our state tournaments as well. Looking at the stats from set number one, which was won 25-19 by the 3 seed Pleasant Valley. The first thing that stood out, Pleasant Valley, we talked about some of the names, but Izzy Vanderweely, 5 kills and 7 attempts. And then Chloe Klein, 4 kills in 6 attempts.
Yeah, very effective.
I mean, it's about as efficient as you're going to see at the state tournament.
Right.
And you got 2 different players, and I mean, they got other ones that they can go to. 3 more players had multiple kills in that first set. As we're underway here, second set, Northwest. And they're going to give the point to Northwest here on a lift.
And Northwest's efficiency wasn't terrible, I don't think, just trying to peek at what you have.
Yeah, so, I mean, hitting percentage 162 to 424 in that first set. So, but they still had 11 kills, and they were spreading it around. It wasn't one player that was dominating the action, as Northwest gets a great serve that time from Chloe Jones.
And just based off of what we can, reading about both teams, you would assume Waukee Northwest is going to be getting, points off of serve and just placing the ball a little bit more, whereas I feel like Pleasant Valley is going to get more kills.
They're definitely built to do that, and case and point, literally, right there. That was Hallie Weiss, the 6'1 senior, and we talked about that. So we talked about, the 2 big ones with Vanderweely and Klein in the first set, but, I mean, they could go a set without any kills, and you still have 3 or 4 different players that could step up and fill that void for them. There's another great serve on the back line. It's going to be pushed. Good passer back there. Was able to make the play. And that's just going to be dropped in there once again by Weiss. So she goes with the fastball, and then she comes back with a little teardrop into space.
Those are such a, you just kind of have to go for it. You're both there.
Set to the far side. Big swing. That one wide and not touched this time from Peltz. Katrina Peltz was one of the top attackers in the first set for Northwest, but 3 straight points. Pleasant Valley now with a 3-2 lead. Already up 1-0. Well, long run for that pass, but again on the scramble, good effort. Getting it over that time with Sadie Moss. And that block is down. This time Peltz gets the better of the attack. It's so hard to block. 6'5", 6'1", 6'1" across the line, but Peltz, she's got great size as well and is going to be able to get that length up at 6 foot even.
Yeah, she was pretty excited about getting that block because once you get blocked, you
want to pay him back. Little back set. Roethler with a perfect pass to the hot hand Weiss.
Yeah, that slide is so effective. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see more of that.
So Weiss sitting at 6 kills now on the scoreboard all of a sudden. After having 3 in the first, already 3 quickly here in the second. And that one, just a little miss hit, I think, unless she tried to do that. That was a perfect job by Chloe Hayes, trying to hit the edge of her hand and went to a spot where nobody was expecting it. Almost like a no-look.
I feel like Waukee Northwest is a team that is going to try to go a little bit faster. It doesn't have to be that hard, solid hit. It's just finding what's open. And both coaches have done their homework. And
don't let the block set up.
Yeah.
Roethler's pass this time. Klein can't get it over. This one hit to the far side. That one was by Kate Hoovers in the game. And then another error by Pleasant Valley, and Waukee Northwest scores again to take a 5-4 lead.
And I just don't think Weiss was expecting to be set, but as a back row player that can attack, she will be from now on, I'm sure.
Especially with 3 kills of the first 4 points won by Pleasant Valley. As this through the block and down, point Pleasant Valley. Good passer is going to get the credit for that one. Because why not get more names and players into the mix already here in the first couple of sets. As we're knotted at 5, Klein to her number 14 counterpart, Peltz. Far side, Hoover. It's going to be set to the back row again. Klein. Peltz, blocked. Hoover's there. Set, far side, but it's going to be a double hit, I believe.
Yeah.
It is.
Kind of decided to turn around and set that instead of bump set it. And tough ball to set.
That is such a tough job. Lons, unfortunate. It's the passing part of the game. The block. You're not going to get that one past Izzy Vanderweely.
Yeah, she was definitely set up and ready on that.
She just looks imposing standing in the middle there.
Yeah.
She can cover so much ground, and even if she's a little bit off-centered from where the ball is delivered, she can use her long arms to make a play on it anyway. Set in the middle. How about on the attack for Vanderweely? Borderline unstoppable when they have it like that, and they can quick set her, and you can't get a block up. I don't know how you're going to stop her.
Yeah, and this is a tough rotation for Waukee Northwest, where they've got their outside hitters receiving on the right side. She's their go-to, and so there they were able to get it to her.
Pelds off the block. Here's good Pastor. Everything's working now. 5 straight points here for the Spartans, and they're still on serve with Chloe Klein. Klein delivers. Received that time by Halber. Walking up into that one is Pelds. It was a good effort. It sunk, and then it's just passed over. Far side, Pelds, little poke. And Vanderweely puts it right back where it came from. It's going to be passed over, free ball from Chloe Jones. And that one too close to the net, but doing well for now. Yes, indeed. Give a lot of credit to Sienna Rothler, the setter. Got to know where that net is. You can see it in her peripheral. And instead of trying to play a pass, just dunked it over and got out of the way to not make a net violation.
Yeah, she's watched enough volleyball, I'm sure, and had a good role model last year.
It's going to be a point in Pleasant Valley, and Waukee Northwest is going to take time. 7 straight points here from Pleasant Valley after that violation. We'll take a break with them and be back with more. You're watching the Girls State Volleyball here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
At Mid-American Energy, we are connectors,
protectors,
leaders,
job creators, friends,
and neighbors,
and always at your service.
Sometimes people who seem to know everything.
Dental insurance costs a fortune, and it covers nothing.
Don't. For instance, personal plans from Delta Dental cut the cost of many procedures in half. So be careful what you hear.
How important are teeth anyway?
Get the facts. Contact Delta Dental about saving with personal dental plans today.
Welcome back in as we join in. 11-5 second set. Pleasant Valley already a 1-0 lead over Waukee Northwest. And coming right out, Chloe Klein, another good serve, but right off the bat, the other number 14 on the other side, Katrina Pelds. A huge swing and a huge kill. And for Pelds, that is her 4th. A much needed point there to break what was 7 straight points for Pleasant Valley. Service on the way from Pelds. Rothler for Goodpaster. It leaks right back where it came from, and Goodpaster puts it away for good. She's coming alive a little bit here. Goodpaster now with 3 kills. Mostly known for her defensive capabilities among the group, at least relatively, but certainly has the ability to be a top attacker if need be.
Yeah, she can really get, she jumps very well. When she's standing, she looks very small compared to that front line, but she can jump.
This one going to be played over and down. Not exactly, I don't think what they had in mind, but it was put perfectly. Sometimes it's just hit it where they ain't. You hear that on softball and baseball a lot, but it's also applicable here in volleyball.
Right.
Rothler gets credit once again for that kind of broken play kill out of the setter position, and she'll serve it up. Far side, Jones blocked. Set for Goodpaster, who that was blocked on the way up. Most of that, I think, was done by Kate Hoover. Hoover will now come out and be replaced by Katie Lockyer. Back to serve here for Waukee is Chloe Hayes. Goodpaster. She'll get it right back after the dig. Block, and it'll drop. Point Spartans. 14-7 now, and they're getting in dangerous territory now for Waukee Northwest. Already coming back from 7 down. It's tough, but especially against a team that can attack like this. Pass to the far side. Blocked straight down. Jones is going to get credit for the kill. Chloe Jones, 5'11", but she does have great leaping ability, and you can tell that they really like to set her up. Jones, by the way, that's her third kill of the match as well. Serve up. Near side. Hanging in the air and poking it over was Maura Peters. That's off the top of the block. Long run for everybody. Nobody's going to get there. And the other number 8, Chloe Jones, with her fourth. Hearing a lot of noise. The last 5A quarterfinal happening right next to us. It's just a strange environment to hear like the different sides cheering at different times and the different whistles, which I'm sure are pretty distracting to the crowd. I think the players know exactly where they're coming from, though, being out there. Good effort. Joust at the neck. Good instinct that time by Cameron Vogt to just beat Vanderweely to the ball. Back to serve again here for Waukee. Easy handle. Near side. Big swing. It sat on the net for a second and eventually will drop.
Yeah, it's very interesting when we've got, a game over here that's Ankeny Centennial and Dowling playing each other. They know each other very well. And then the game that we're watching, Waukee Northwest and Pleasant Valley, that don't see each other at a lot of the same tournaments.
And when they do, they're just kind of another team out there.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful cross-court kill. Back-to-back kills for Hallie Weiss. Weiss with 8 in the game now, leading everyone. We talked about it. Sometimes you just have a hot hand, and for the Spartans, it has been Weiss here in the second set. This is going to be a tough cross-court kill attempt, but it was there. Good athleticism shown by Sadie Moss off the pass from Lockyer. Wasn't quite sure where that ball was going, but it keeps the Wolves in the mix. They need a couple of service wins in a row here, though, to continue to shorten this gap from what was 7. It's now down to 5. Jones dug out by Albrecht on the far side and then through the block. Right on cue when they need something, Chloe Klein. They can play this trade points game when you have a 5, 6, 7-point lead, especially with the attackers they have.
And Waukee Northwest was ready for it. Their blockers were there, but you got that height.
Klein with 5 kills in the match now. Moss goes cross court. They have stats there. And this one off the block and down from who else? Hallie Weiss, her 9th. Weiss with her 9th, 18-11. This one, far side, poked over. Good passer is there in the back. And then beautiful effort, and it will be a kill on the far side as well. Just an absolute clinic being put on by Pleasant Valley's attackers as Chloe Klein picks up another one. She's got 6 now. 19-11, this is the largest lead of this second set. This is off the block, and there's another kill. Sadie Moss doing her best to try to keep the team in it here in set number 2. You're looking at the hitting efficiency. Pleasant Valley still at 431. Waukee Northwest at 190.
Yeah.
On the same number of attacks. Serve is a good one from the back from Halber. Near side. And another, just kind of somebody hit this ball, and the scramble play works out for Northwest. Out of the back, good pass to long.
Yeah, when you hit 400 hitting efficiency, that's going to be a tough to beat that team.
And we're talking about 5, 6 different players that are getting it done.
Oh yeah.
Here to the near side, Weiss again. This one rocketed off the dig. Good work keeping that in play. And then the scramble drill works to perfection as Lawns give her credit for tracking it down. That was actually Cameron Vogt, but it just delayed the inevitable as another kill. This one by Hallie Weiss, who's in double figures here. And we're not done with the second set.
She started to swing a little bit harder now.
The fastball's got a little bit something extra now. That one's going to be wide off the back row by Chloe Jones. Now 21-13, another 8-point deficit, and Northwest really in desperate need of stopping the bleeding here to avoid falling 2 sets to none. Back row, easy dig, set, out of the back. Weiss dug out off the top of the net by the libero on the other side, and then the top of the net works in Waukee's favor this time with Chloe Hayes getting the kill. Still a 7-point spread here in the second. Back to serve. Megan Lawns. She'll run up and give it a go. Weiss is there. Rothler sets it up for Klein. She goes cross court. Dug out. Lawns will set it up on the far side for Peltz. That's off the block from Klein. We're going to go near side here to Hoover. Hoover's going to get a kill.
That was a great spot.
Everybody's looking Peltz.
Yeah.
You know, top attacker, gotten her involved in many different ways, and then she comes back to the other side of Hoover. Just kind of took him off guard. The angles were wide open there for her, and she took advantage. Down 6, 21-15. Lawns, good serve. Near side, good past her. Good dig on the backside, and the dunk down. Good passing from Lawns, setting up Hayes, and give credit to Brooklyn Halber as well, doing a great job digging that attack out from Goodpaster.
Pleasant Valley has a front row setter right now, and I kind of expect you might see a setter dump in this one.
21-16.
Which means she only has 2 hitters.
Goodpaster goes with the changeup. And it felt like that was inevitable as well, considering how often here in the last several points that they had gone with as hard as they could, trying to power over it. You can't really account for that when you're expecting the fastball. Service coming here from Chloe Klein. And the pass, Lawns, off the block from Peltz. Back row.
They got to use this free ball.
Hoover through the block. Kate Hoover coming up with a couple of key kills here. And the Wolves still with the pulse here, down by 5, 22-17 in the second. Trying to avoid going down 0-2. The run up, Peltz on the serve. Retrieved by Albrecht. Long run there by Rothler to keep it alive. Halber, far side. And a little joust, and it drops. Should be point Waukee Northwest, and it is. Up front, Chloe Hayes and Kate Hoover really making a name for themselves here on this little run as Northwest is pulled within 4. Both timeouts still available for Pleasant Valley if they want to use them. Peltz serve. Albrecht's there. Set into the middle, Goodpaster. Found nothing but space. And an easy kill to the back left corner from her perspective. Just nobody there on that, taking away that angle.
It wasn't really at the net, so it was kind of hard to know who should block and where you should go on defense.
And a quick timeout going to be called here as well. 23-18 is the score. We'll take a quick break and be back with more on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
At Mid-American Energy,
we are connectors,
protectors,
leaders,
job creators, friends,
and neighbors,
and always at your service.
Sometimes people who seem to know everything
dental insurance costs a fortune, and it covers nothing.
don't. For instance, personal plans from Delta Dental cut the cost of many procedures in half. So be careful what you hear.
How important are teeth anyway?
Get the
out of the timeout. Here we're coming from a 23-18 deficit. That was the second and final timeout utilized here by Waukee Northwest. They have no more left here in this second set, but they're going to need a big run down by 5 to the far side. Swing and a block. And we hadn't said her name in a few points, but Izzy Vandeweely with a huge stuff, and now 6 set points available here. The serve coming from Rothler, close to the net. Going to be tough angle and wide from Hoover.
Worked for her last time, but she was a little far outside the antenna.
Pass didn't really give her an opportunity there, but either way, that is the end of the Second set, 25-18. So Waukee Northwest backs against the wall, down 0-2, 25-19, 25-18. Set number 3 will be coming up shortly. You're watching the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
At Mid-American Energy,
we are connectors,
protectors,
Leaders.
job creators, friends,
and neighbors.
And always at your service.
Slade's the place for you.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders, it's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm-strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on a successful year, and remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
By focusing only on meat and grocery, we can do those things to the best of our abilities.
No frills, no gimmicks. You're gonna get top quality meat, top quality produce, top quality customer service.
They always tell us, sell it as low as you can. Sell it as low as you possibly can.
And we work hard so we can keep those prices lower.
And that's what Fairway does to a lot of people. They take care of people.
I have one thing to accomplish, and it's that.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Welcome back, fans. Official state tournament merchandise is now available online, so it's time to get your smartphones out. We'll have a QR code that'll pop up here for you, and you'll be able to get that. And just visit IGHSAU.org. That's IGHSAU.org. You can browse and customize your merchandise and match your style. So be sure to visit IGHSAU.org. And state tournament merchandise available for each and everybody out there, whether your school made it or not. 2 sets in the books, and Pleasant Valley's hoping for just one more, led by Hallie Weiss. 10 kills, including a huge second set, and then a trio with 6 kills. Goodpaster, Vandeweely, and Klein. Just an absolute show being put on by the attackers for Pleasant Valley. Waukee Northwest led with 5 kills by Hayes and Jones, the 2 Chloes. So something to keep an eye out. We'll see what kind of efficiency we continue to see. But team attacking percentage for Pleasant Valley of .391 through 2 sets to just .183 for Waukee Northwest. I'm Emery Songer, Molly Geis alongside as we start set number 3. I mean, you hate to just say one stat makes a difference, but .391 to .183 makes a big difference.
Yeah, it really does. And Pleasant Valley is showing their experience here, and again, go with another kill. They're so tall across the front row, but they're also smart, and they're making great passes so they can set up their hitters.
Vandeweely with number 7 with that kill to get things going. It's do or die here for Waukee Northwest, and that's just long on the service attempt by Goodpaster, and it makes it 1-1. They've played from behind each of the last 2 sets. They've basically been at arm's length with between 4 and 8 points most of both of the 2 sets. It's just a matter of what they're going to do here, as Albrecht actually had the service error, my mistake, but it's answered right back. A service error for Jones. But that's the thing. If you can play it from in front, that might change how things go a little bit for your team, as opposed to having to, know you're looking up at a 5-point deficit throughout.
Yeah, pressure's definitely on Waukee Northwest, but I know I talked to Coach Vogt, and they have a lot of team chemistry, and they've been working on, playing as a family. And so when things are down, hopefully their team chemistry pulls them together. And they keep fighting.
Yeah, well, that was a great scramble play. Sadie Moss will get the official kill on the end of it, but just everybody doing their part in black and blue just to keep the ball in the air and have an opportunity there at the end to get the point. 2-2, early third set.
They have a little something to fight for. This is the first time their school has made it to state in volleyball since their new school, and so, they feel the pressure a little bit.
This one going to be back set, cross court, a little bit long. But, yeah, they're going to make an adjustment and say there was a double hit prior to the attack. We'll see how that's officially scored.
Oh, I think they called a touch on the hit.
He said two.
Oh, did he have
okay. I think maybe 2 was who touched it. So you're right. I think they said Vice touched it.
Yeah, and I didn't see the touch.
Me either.
They looked confident when she hit it.
And they gave a number. Our official on the stand is Sean Peterson with Jennifer Wick down there on the floor, and they both said that they saw the touch. 4-2 now, though, for Waukee Northwest, but again, just a timely error there. An untimely error, I should say, on the serve from Brooklyn Halber. Yep. Hayes blocked at the net by Klein. They'll come to the near side. That's Hoover. In the middle, tipped and down.
Just creeped along the net, and that was a tough one to get
just
to.
Messes with your timing.
Yeah.
You just can't hang in the air long enough, and then by the time that it hits the net a second time,
she was already on the floor.
You're on the floor already, and you lost all your ability to try to keep the play in the air. Back to 4 even. Back set, delivered on the far side. There you go for Waukee Northwest. This Cameron Vogt gets the kill again. This is the latest they have had a lead in either of the first 2 sets already at 5-4. They've done well to stay close, but just have had a hill to climb and have not been able to get over that hump each of the first 2 sets. It's a good serve by Lawns. It'll be retrieved and free ball over. Lawns. A little quick push over that time by Lockyer. Lockyer will set to the far side, and Pelds dug out. And they'll go right back to Vice after she got the dig. They'll try Pelds again. Off the block. Albrecht is there. In the middle. There it is. Chloe Klein again.
She found a bunch of empty court there.
And that's when you get people running around. Sometimes you can kind of find where the spaces tend to open up when you've seen a team for 2+ sets at this point.
Right, and that volley was going back and forth a little bit, and people got sucked in. And
they'll try Pelds, and she goes with the changeup this time over the block attempt from Sienna Rothler.
I do feel like the Waukee Northwest hitters look a little more confident with this set.
That's the 5th kill. They have 4 different players with 5 right now. Pelds, Jones, Moss, and Vogt. Out of the back row, Vice, long. 7-5 now, Waukee Northwest, needing this set to keep their season alive. Pelds to serve. It's going to be Vanda Wheelie, kind of hung in the air and just barely touched that over. Power. Oh, with the foot, kept it alive. Oh, what a kick save. That was Lawns. This one still in play. The foot is legal on a single hit. Change up into the middle of everything. Oh, and then Izzy Vanda Wheelie ends the fun with the 2-hand slam. But wow, what scrambling we have seen from these Wolves tonight.
That was 2 really cool plays, and then to end it the way that she did was even better.
Megan Lawns with the kick save. You'd hardly ever see that successfully. You'll see a player throw a foot out, but it worked and kept the play alive. Block, Vanda Wheelie and Goodpaster were there. And it's back to 7 apiece. So Waukee Northwest tried to give themselves just a little bit of breathing room. It didn't happen. See if they can avoid giving up the lead altogether. There's an overhead
that's
dig.
Probably going to be a double. No?
Nope, they didn't call it. Vanda Wheelie is blocked by Hayes. Goodpaster to the back row. She's been solid as well. That's 7 kills for Goodpaster.
Yeah, like you had talked about earlier, she's a very good defensive player too, and being an outside hitter, they play a lot of off-block defense, but she also gets the kills.
Seven digs back there as well as a defender for Goodpaster. Far side, Jones. Pretty easily handled. This one eliminated by Jones.
Yeah, they just caught Pleasant Valley not covering their hitter.
That was the freshman Kramer, who we haven't seen too much of her in the offense. There's been so many other players that have stepped up, but Kramer's been really solid this year. But the freshman was rejected that time. A little joust at the net, back and forth, and then just a misplay by Moss. She was in the right place, but she was on her way down by the time she actually had made contact, and Pleasant Valley takes a 9-8 lead. Goodpaster will take the ball for the serve. Popped into the air. Back set, long run, and a block. There's a longer run for the attacker than the blockers as Weiss and Vanderweely were there and rejected Moss's attempt. And now it's 10-8, and this is kind of your danger time here for Waukee Northwest so they don't fall down by another handful. Goodpaster. Dug out. Halber to the far side. Jones off the block. Goodpaster, a good dive save. Weiss on the near side, cross court, and it was touched. Point Spartans. Eleven to 8 all of a sudden. Goodpaster wants to keep up this run of serve. Into the middle. To the far side. Swing off the block. Set to the far side. Cross court. Kramer gets into the act.
Yeah, Waukee Northwest is just having to be on defense instead of offense right now. Not getting a really good serve-receive pass. And that's not what you want when you're facing Pleasant Valley and their hitters.
12-8 now. Far side set. Jones, there it is.
Well, that was an in-system ball, and it's amazing what you can do with that.
Rotation now will put back to serve Katie Lockyer, the junior setter. Been very busy. They run multiple setters through the rotation. She delivers near side. Weiss. Lockyer was there. To the far side. Vogt passes it over. In the middle, Vanderweely has a block, but they get it over for now, and then it's just way to stick with it. Kaylee Cords gets it over the net, and then another rejection in the middle by Vogt.
Very scrappy play by Waukee Northwest, and that's what it's going to come down to. And then a great block by Vogt.
You're really just trying at this point to keep your season alive, and that was they're not must-win points right now, but they feel like it.
They know they got to fight for it. They want to keep going.
The reception on serve, far side. Kramer's blocked. Not exactly sure.
I don't think it made it over the net.
Yeah, I think that might have been a block.
Otherwise, they're going to be fired up and.
they said attack.
Stuff a 6'5" girl.
Officially in the book, a attack error.
Well, if it gets blocked, and it's considered an attack error too.
They didn't put blockers on the sheet though, so gotcha. I'm going to go with that. Either way, Lockyer was in the area. We'll see there, but Northwest again handles off the attack error again. This time by Vanderweely, and now it's 12 all. Goodpaster in the middle. Vanderweely tries the little poke down. Tries it again from her knees, keeping it alive as Lockyer. Going the other side. Kramer. You're right, plucky, scrappy. They're doing everything they can. It's elbow grease volleyball for Waukee Northwest, and they're keeping it close here in the third.
Now they're showing us why they're the team, the leader in 5A for digs.
That one a little misplayed by Halber, but saved. Again, good work by Cords. But a free ball, and then the attack is a good one from Klein. And a point for the Spartans, now 14-12. That 4 straight points was huge to get them back in the match here in this third set, but now really going to be needing to stop so they don't have to dig out of another hole. Near side, swing from Moss is a kill. No real chance on that back end by Rothler to be able to keep that in play. And that's what we've seen too. You talk in-system passes, the ball that is going to put them in practice mode where all they have to do is get a good swing on it, and they have every angle available to them. They've been successful when that's happened this match, especially here in this third set. Roethler going to go with the back set. Weiss tries to just poke. Yeah, she does a great job there of recognizing she didn't have a blocker in front and just dropped it right over the net.
Some of these girls, it's just they've seen these different experiences more often and know what to do in that scenario. I think her approach was a little off, and she felt that there was an empty spot there.
Big swing again, this time Pelds, number 6 of the match for her. 15-14, we go back and forth. It'll be Alberta serve, the senior libero. One of the top servers. In fact, in terms of aces per set, she's number 1 on the team. Weiss runs up with 2 hands, and it's going to work out for her. Again, sometimes it's the broken play that just messes with your defense more often than not, just because you're thrown out of what position to be in.
Right, and I think that Pleasant Valley is trying to throw it at Pelds because she's getting in a rhythm hitting, and so they want her to have to play the ball in front of her and not maybe be able to get her approach.
Cross look from Vogt. Good dig. Little bump over the top, right back where it came from Vogt. It's going to be a back set for Klein, kept alive and over. Good pass her. Joust, and it's going to be won by Roethler and down. That's not the first time she's done that, just seeing the opportunity. And again, the entire back row vacant for Waukee Northwest, and as long as you just get it back there, nobody's going to be able to stop it from being a point.
And Roethler, she turned and showed she was bringing it over, but they just didn't cue in on that. Probably worried about the other hitters coming at them.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them, and speaking of one in black is Cameron Vogt. Number 7 for her, that leads the Wolves. And they're hanging in little by little, down 17-15. Both teams with 2 timeouts left here in this third set. But this is it for Waukee Northwest. They got to win this set to keep their season alive. The delivery off the tape, still dug out. Push to the back line. Good stop on the far side by Jones, but that's a great swing and a block. I believe we'll see who gets the credit for it. They're going to get Klein and Roethler both a half block each. With that said, timeout called by Northwest. They want to talk it over, down 3, 18-15. Season on the line when we come back to the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Sometimes people who seem to know everything.
Dental insurance costs a fortune, and it covers nothing.
Don't. For instance, personal plans from Delta Dental cut the cost of many procedures in half. So be careful what you hear.
How important are teeth anyway?
Get the facts. Contact Delta Dental about saving with personal dental plans today.
Quick out of the timeout, a kill by Waukee Northwest. Much needed. Chloe Hayes gets the credit, and 18-16 is now the score.
Waukee Northwest is finding some success on the right side because their Pleasant Valley blockers are not as tall there.
And good pass to her right through the middle of that block. And again, we're getting late enough in this third set, and now the game could be on the line where you're going to have the ability to trade points if you're Pleasant Valley, and you just can't afford to do that if you're Waukee Northwest down by 3.
Yeah, and with Roethler in the back row, I feel like Pleasant Valley's chances are a lot better because she's got 3 hitters, and when they've had 3 hitters, it's just a lot tougher to play defense against that.
Well, it's a good swing and a point here. Chloe Jones gets credit for the kill. For Jones, it's number 7. Serve from Hayes is a good one, but a good dig by Goodpaster on the back line. Weiss just passes it over. Another opportunity for the Wolves. And Moss, it's alive for now and no more. How about Moss? That's number 7 for her. They've been incredibly balanced. Jones and Moss with 7, Vogt and Pelds with 6. And now they're within 1 at 19-18.
Again, another right side attack. I think they've singled that out. Okay, we're having success with that.
Hayes to serve again.
You hate to see that happen when you're finally fighting, and they obviously aren't trying to serve out. They're trying to serve aggressive.
Yeah, you can't just lollipop it over and give a team this good at attacking just a free play. So you really have to stay aggressive there. Northwest, far side. Jones rejected. Nobody there to clean it up off the block from Vanderweely. And it's back to 3 at 21-18. Kramer was in the mix as well.
Now Pleasant Valley has Hallie Weiss in the front row at the outside, so that right side attack isn't going to probably be as easy, but hey, that worked.
Good sinker ball there. And sometimes it just helps taking the ball off the net a little bit. That one was closer to that middle line versus right up on the net, right next to the 6'2", 6'5" blockers that they have up there. And again, Moss gets credit for her 8th kill of the match. 21-19. Waukee Northwest needing a run. Far side. Kramer swings, going to be dug out backside by Cords. And that one well long by Jones on the far side. And again, you want to stay aggressive because you know if you just start passing it around and playing cautiously, this is a team that is going to put those away and they're not going to make it easy for you.
Yeah, you're not going to win by tipping to be safe. If you see an opening, yes.
And another good swing, and this time a kill for Jones, her 8th. They're really going to her, but now she's going to be in the back row and serving it up here for Waukee Northwest. Down to 22-20.
Yeah, but in comes Pelds, so they are very balanced. Hopefully they can just stay calm and keep fighting.
Good passer receives the serve. Out of the middle. And Klein had it rejected up front. That was Vogt, I believe, and Vogt tries to put it in the back, but good passer is there. Back set. Klein. Actually, that's Kramer, my mistake, and she gets the kill, 23-20. And the last timeout's going to be called by Waukee Northwest. We will keep it here. What are you saying in the huddle, Molly? Your season is on the line. You need 5 points before they can get 2. How do you try to adjust this here?
You try to focus on what you're going to do, not what's, like, oh, this is happening to you. This is why you're going to focus on what do we need to do. Let's just, make them think about it a little bit. We're going to get a side out here and, push 3 or something like that, and just trying to break the run, basically.
Get back on serve and have it into your own hands. Jody Vogt, her final words of wisdom to this young school, but a lot of these girls with the Waukee High School came through another successful volleyball system in Central Iowa. And here at Northwest in just their second year as a school in the quarterfinals of Class 5A. Winner of this match will take on the 7 seed West Des Moines Valley U, a 3-set sweep over the 2 seed Ankeny here earlier today. Back to serve out of the timeout for Pleasant Valley. And Stats, a good sinking serve, but Waukee Northwest plays it. And Moss gets it off Stats' bump attempt, and that gives Northwest an important point. And now instead of it being a match point, you get an opportunity on your serve with one of your better servers, your libero, Brooklyn Hallber, an opportunity to try to keep this game going.
Yeah, I think they've got to keep it out of the middle. Waukee Northwest does.
The receive by good passer right on the back line. She comes from the back. Good dig there by Jones. Set to the far side. Pelds, there it is. Pelds her 7th, and now Waukee Northwest within 1. Timeout, Pleasant Valley. Nope, they're going to keep playing. I thought Coach was looking, I thought Amber Hall was thinking about using one of her timeouts. She's got both of them, but instead she's going to hold on to them. We'll see what happens here. Hallber serve to good passer. Going to be set near side of Weiss.
Oh, shoot.
Man, she's good. Hadn't said her name nearly as much as we did in the second set, but now it's 14 kills for her, and she's serving now for the match and a trip to the semifinals on Wednesday. Hallie Weiss to deliver for the Spartans. Set far side, Pelds hits the line, keeps the season alive.
Pelds is doing a great job of finding that deep line shot. And it's also smart you're swinging away from the tall middles.
You want to definitely avoid those at all costs. Vanderweely not out there right now. Back to serve. Northwest down by 1. Serve. It's close to the net. It's still alive. Roethler wide. They're tied at 24. That was precarious the way it was sitting over the net. Is now timeout going to be called by Amber Hall and Pleasant Valley. So now for them, they have the ability to know, hey, we have a 2-set lead. This isn't do or die for us at this very moment, but I'm certain at this point you're not going to adjust your rotation or your lineup change, but what are you saying just to kind of relock in here?
I mean, again, timeouts, for some weird reason, they just change the momentum. And so, I think you just try to keep them calm. The last thing you need to do is have them tighten up, but they don't have anything to be nervous about. Like you said, they obviously want to just finish at 3 because it can happen that they lose this.
Right, it snowballs on you a little bit.
Right.
And especially when you had a couple of match points already. It was 24-22 with a couple of chances to put it away. That did not happen. But here we go at 24 all. We got to win by 2, so we'll have at least 2 points here.
I feel like Goodpaster's going to get the ball and she's going to place it somewhere, is my prediction.
She's up front right now, number 7 in white. Good serve again here by Waukee Northwest. Wrong. Off the block, it's still alive. Halburn, the bump set. Far side for Pelds. Everybody's okay in there. Here's out of the back, Bice. And they're going to push it to the back and got it. What recognition by Chloe Hayes. She saw, just like you said, when Bice had to come and play with the bump, nobody was in the back. Yep. And she just pushed it right back there and got the easy kill. And again, Megan Lunds, who's been great on serve the last 3 points, will try to serve for the 3rd set and keep this game alive.
And they must clearly practice that because Vogt had been trying that a couple times too.
Nearly a mistake by Stats on the reception of serve. Here we go. Far side, Pelds. Yes! Waukee Northwest stays alive. Fighting off 2 match points. 26-24. They win the 3rd set, and we will head to a 4th set. Scrappy, plucky, whatever you want to call them. They showed some gumption there. And we'll head to the 4th when we come back right after this. A good one here at the Extreme Arena in Coralville. You're watching the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau right here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
At Mid-American Energy,
we are connectors,
protectors,
leaders,
job creators, friends,
and neighbors,
and always at your service.
Fairway values family, and we treat our employees and our customers like their family.
If you're looking for a place to shop, our service is amazing.
We have put an emphasis on hiring good people.
One of the things that we talk about is just doing the right thing.
And that is so key to this day and age.
Fairway just isn't about selling groceries. It's about taking care of people.
That, to me, is the best thing we can do at Fairway.
Whoa. Howdy. Hey, where'd you get that breakfast so fast?
Casey's. Fastest breakfast in the Midwest.
Try Casey's new ultimate beer cheese breakfast pizza, breakfast burrito, or a new bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit.
Wow, that was fast.
And now get a breakfast sandwich or pizza slice plus Casey's premium bean-to-cup coffee for just $4.
I rode a horse once.
Waukee Northwest and Pleasant Valley getting set for set number 4. I'm Emery Songer alongside Molly Geis, our entire crew bringing you day 1 here at Extreme Arena in Coralville. Brand new venue for this tournament and a great atmosphere for the Class 5A quarterfinals. Earlier today, the top seed Iowa City Liberty was able to win over Urbandale in 4 sets. West Des Moines Valley, the 7 seed, pulled what is an upset by record over Ankeny, the 2 seed, but those two teams see each other frequently. And if you watch how good Valley is on a year-to-year basis, not necessarily super surprising. It was the way they won that was surprising in 3 straight sets. On our neighboring court number 2, got a good match between Centennial and Dowling, another Central Iowa matchup. But here's Central Iowa versus Eastern Iowa, and here's the first point of the 4th set, and that one just wide from Jones, point to Pleasant Valley. They'll say no touch. The officiating crew, Sean Peterson, Jennifer Wick, and then Maurice.
They were hoping
Go ahead.
that it went off of the blocker's hands.
Right.
But
And then Maurice Frazier and Ted Bozer are your line judges. But those guys, all 4 of them said pretty clearly no touch. 1-0 Pleasant Valley here to start set number 4. Winner of this game will take on Valley on Wednesday morning. In the middle, push to the back row. Good passer is there to prevent that from happening from Vogt. Good block from Vogt and Jones. Out of the back is good passer. Hallberg's going to set it behind her. Off the bump. Far side. Kramer. And now they'll set it up for Jones again. Through the block and down. 1-1 as we go. If you missed any of our previous set scores, the first 2 sets were pretty convincing, although the scores may not totally indicate. 25-19, 25-18. And it looked like Pleasant Valley was on their way. A couple of match points in the 3rd set, but Waukee Northwest comes back with 4 straight points to win the 3rd set and force this 4th set. And you just never know at this point, as that one going to be mishandled. And
they called out a rotation. I don't know if somebody left early or was...
Jennifer Wick is the floor referee talking to Amber Hall over there and explaining what had happened. Well, they're all there for a reason. They have to be there for a reason. And Jones will serve it up.
You have to start where you don't cross over the person right next to you or right in front or behind you. And then after that, you can go anywhere.
It's going to be set, back set, blocked. Vogt pushes it, stays out of the net. Retrieved by Rothler to the far side. Kramer off the block, kept alive into the back row from Jones. Pelds blocked. Hallberg near side, and a block emphatically by Klein. It's good passing there by Locke. You're just trying to keep it in the mix from side to side and keep those blockers moving, but that did not stop them from still getting the block and winning the point.
That ball was probably a little too tight for the hitter for Waukee Northwest with those tall blockers. Got to keep it off the net so they don't get blocked.
Sinking an ace. Pelds can't quite get under that one. Haven't seen an ace in a while, actually, from either side.
No, you're right. Pleasant Valley does seem to be trying to drop them short a little bit, which is a hard thing to do because you don't want to make it too soft or too easy. But
Abby Stats hasn't really gotten a ton of time in this match, but serving it up nicely right now. We've seen Kinsey Stats, the senior setter, plenty of times, but Abby Stats kind of bouncing in and out. This season has gotten a ton of time. Just 2 kills. Does have 17 aces in a limited time, but now on a good run of serve after that one is tipped, and now it's 5-2. This is what Waukee Northwest doesn't want, though, is this is kind of how the first 2 sets went, where they fell, a handful behind and were just unable to make up the ground. They stayed closer in that 3rd set and were able at the end to come back from behind and take the 3rd set win. There's another block. Hallberg keeps it alive. There's Pelds. And we'll keep playing on. Hallberg, Goodyear. Oh, yeah, nice. Lockyer, good pass to Pelds, and Pelds puts it away.
I do feel like Waukee Northwest is playing better. Besides those last few points, they weren't passing real well. But Jody Vogt is the coach for Waukee Northwest, and she has a lot of advice probably coming at her. Her brother is the head coach at Drake men's basketball, and then she has one that coaches at Clear Lake for football. So I'm sure she got some advice before she left for today.
Out of the back row. Good dig by Jones from good passer's attempt. Good passer will dig out that Pass to the back. The two teams have a nice long rally here. Near side, Vogt off the top. Will be set to good passer from the back off the tape. And just maybe that little clip had Lockyer little off kilter, and she was unable to keep it in play. But good rally from both sides here, but it's still 6-3 in favor of Pleasant Valley. Weiss, ace. She's been good, 14 kills. And she
seems very cool, calm, and collected too. Like
and you look at the stats, I mean, she's not the one that jumps off the page at you, but she's been so good in this one. Pelds, and there's a good dig by her. Dunked over by Rothler. Hayes is rejected by the top of the net, hits it a second time. Another point, and now it's a handful, and a very quick timeout is going to be called by Jody Vogt just to prevent this from getting out of hand. We'll take a 30-second break and be back with more right after this. 8-3 Pleasant Valley in the fourth set, leading 2-1 on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Obsessively, relentlessly at your service. To me, it means being there 24/7, rain or shine, during storms, after storms.
Being a first responder to the community, to my customers.
Being there to get the customers back on and to see the smiles on their face.
To provide the kind of reliability that we can hold our heads high about.
And we want to keep our customers safe. Safety's first around here.
And that's rewarding.
Coming back out of the timeout. I think a smart timeout. You don't want to let this snowball away from you if you're Waukee Northwest from Jody Vogt. Pleasant Valley is going to serve, leading 8-3, needing just one set to win this match and move into the Class 5A semifinals against West Des Moines Valley on Wednesday. Back set from Lockyer, and it's a perfect kill, this time from Vogt.
Again, another good timeout. They were starting to show a little bit of frustration on their faces, and that's not what you want to see when you want to fight to get into the game.
And you talked about it. I mean, it's crazy how often it stems the tide. Just using that one timeout, and almost immediately it helps your team get a point. In the middle, oh, that's a big swing by Chloe Klein. She had a huge first set, but now she's in double figures with 10. Hallie Weiss has really been the go-to for a good chunk of this one. Klein will come out, and Kenzie Stats will come in to serve. And this has the feeling if they go up 7 or 8 points here early, the Wolves might be in real trouble. Long run, good effort, knocked over but wide. Again, just knowing where you are by Hayes. 9-5 now the score. As Klein comes right back into play in the back row, just to be replaced by the libero. Those are those rotations. You know, you have to do it right, so you're not, you're within regulation of the rules.
A lot of people don't understand how that works. It's a little confusing for the kids too, but.
Joust at the net. Oh, how about that? What a great effort. I believe that was Lockyer here on the near side that won a joust against the 6'5" Izzy Van de Wheelie. I mean, it's not that emphatic block or the big kill, but when you win the little poke battle with the tallest player on the floor, that's got to be a point of pride. Good pass to her down the line. And she kind of quietly has had a really nice game as well, as she's in double figures with 10.
Right. And people don't really necessarily, I wouldn't say they don't focus on her, because you have to focus on her, but they have so many good hitters that they can't just.
You're not going to look at the 5'8" girl that's, most of the time flying on the wing or out the back. Lockyer to the far side. That was Jones. Good dig. Weiss just passes it over. Lockyer, Jones again, this one off the block. Bump set, near side. There she is again.
She's a smart hitter.
Emily Goodpaster with 11 kills in the match now, and it's back up to 5 at 11-6. To serve. It's a good one from Rothler. Hayes well off the net. Albrecht.
Great shot to take that line. Wow.
Yeah, Albrecht was there though, and this is through the block on the far side. Kramer's going to get credit for the kill. And it's up to 6, largest lead of this fourth set, 12-6.
Pleasant Valley's block makes it hard to see an opening on the floor, too, and then now their defense is just covering every little inch of the court.
Waukee to the far side, and Jones blocked right back in her grill. Kramer is there along with Vandeweely, and it's all of a sudden 13-6. And that runaway train is revving up right now. Rothler again. Received in the middle. Hayes tried to go over the top of the block in the middle. Vandeweely. Haven't really seen a big swing from her in a while. Jones gets it through Vandeweely's arms and gets a very important. You cannot stress enough how badly they needed to end that run.
Yeah, she just found the moving blocker and swung at their outside hand and got a good kill off that.
13-7. Serve from Hayes. Back set. It's a tough angle, good passer, just able to poke it over. Oh, a little short armor. They
Smart of them to play it, though.
Yeah, I was close to the line, and then again a joust at the net. Somehow stayed off the antenna. Cross-court opportunity. Takes a few weird bounces, and it will bump it over. That was Kaylee Courts who finally got it over. Still somehow alive. Set to the near side for good passer.
Wow, she has found that line. I would hate to be the person that was doing stats on that play. There were so many digs, so many different things
Little
going
blocks,
on.
Yeah. All you need to know is Goodpaster comes up with the kill, number 12 for her in the match, and she's back to serve. And a 14-7 advantage. Jones blocked, but out. And again, we're in that spot where if you're Pleasant Valley, let's trade points for a while. Nobody has momentum. Right. Like, as much as you would love to get that momentum, you would have the opportunity with your 2 timeouts to kind of stop it if it started, 2 or 3 points in a row with a 7 or 8 point lead. This time, Hallie Weiss, we haven't seen too much of her. That second set, she was dominant. I think she had 10 kills just in the second set alone. Here she's got her 15th of the match coming from that same side, and obviously that seems to be a point of emphasis coming on this near side line.
Right. Yeah, the outsides are really taking advantage of hitting line.
Lockyer, good backward set. Good effort by Weiss, and then played over by Klein. Lockyer, back set for Vogt. Gets it off the block. And we go back and forth. Into the match. Pelds once again, replacing the defensive specialist, Kaylee Cords. Taking a couple of bounces. Chloe Jones, the junior, puts it in play. Weiss receives in the middle. Rejected off the Klein attack. Lockyer, far side for Pelds. That was a little herky-jerky, and she was able just to use her fingertips to get it over the net and limboed out of the way so she didn't commit a violation. And an important point, that's the first time in a while Waukee Northwest has had consecutive points.
Yeah, it takes a lot of athleticism to play volleyball and stay out of the net like you were talking, and just a lot of random things that happen.
Far side, big swing from Kramer, blocked. Pelds is there again.
Pelds gets excited. I feel like her being on the court really makes a difference for them to have this chance to come back.
Energy, a lot of energy. 15-11 now. Jones fires. Near side, Weiss! Off the dig attempt and into the stands. Now, if all else fails, you get a good set like that, no matter who you are, whether you're Weiss, whether you're Klein, Vandeweely, good passer, fastball.
Yeah.
Dial up the big numero uno. No reason to get cute. We need a point. Let's do it that way. That's tight to the net. They're able to get it over, though. Rother will go into the middle. Klein is blocked by Peltz. And it's going to be
with the kill.
Rofer's been kind of sneaky with that. She has known when she's too close to really get a good pass, and a lot of times she'll just try to pass it over the top herself.
It was smart of her to just swing at that.
17-11. Somehow keeping it in was Peltz. Free pass over there from Vogt. Cross court. That one
touch, yeah.
Did get a touch, but it also was in on the back line. I was wondering how it got so much topspin, but it was off the block, and now it's back up to 7. So they cut it to 4. But Pleasant Valley answers, and Vice now up to 17 kills, a match high right now. Back set, and there's Vogt.
Vogt has been super effective running that slide.
And she comes around on the back side. For her, that's number 9. They've been really balanced across the board. 11 for Pels, 11 for Jones, 9 each for Moss and for Vogt. But now they need stops as badly as they need kills. Good serve from Halber.
They got to take advantage of this.
Free ball. Block here, near side Vogt, but it's blocked by Klein and Vice. They'll set it for Vice. Near side, cross court is there.
Great shot. She just hit it right over the block where the defenders weren't.
Timeout. Waukee Northwest will take a 30-second timeout and be back with more. Pleasant Valley going to try to close it out when we come back here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Obsessively, relentlessly at your service. To me, it means being there 24/7. Rain or shine, during storms, after storms.
Being a first responder to the community, to my customers.
Being there to get the customers back on and to see the smiles on their face.
To provide the kind of reliability that we can hold our heads high about.
And we want to keep our customers safe. Safety's first around here.
And that's rewarding.
Pleasant Valley won the first 2 sets, and even though the scores looked kind of close, they were in control throughout, 25-19, 25-18. Waukee Northwest kept it much closer in the 3rd set and eventually scored the last 4 points to force a 4th set, 26-24. But now they're really up against it, backs against the wall, and no timeouts left. They're trailing 19-12, and Hallie Vice is back to serve it up for the Spartans. That's tough. Vogt did really well just to keep that in play. Far side, Klein passes it over.
They know that's what's working.
And there they much better pass that time from Lockyer in the finish by Vogt.
Yeah, we've been talking all day, like that's what's working. And so they were smart to go back with it. But these next couple points are going to be big. You don't want to count out Waukee Northwest because they have fought back and won that other one, and then it makes it game 5.
Cameron Vogt, really solid work, but there's that kind of gut punch there as Lawns, who had served very well to win the 3rd set. She was on serve for the last 3 points that they came back and ended up winning, but the service error on her first attempt. And now Kinsey Stats is back in, and she'll try to get a little run of serve to get more space in between the Wolves and the Spartans. A little dump attempt by Hayes, not there. Good pass her near side. It has been there, and she has taken advantage.
For them to be able to execute that right on the line over and over and over again.
And it's been her.
Yeah.
Vice has tried it a couple of times too. But good pass in this 3rd set. I mean, almost every single one of hers is right there. Pinpoint. Far side Peltz off the block. And they're going to say into the net. And they're going to say, I think it was Rothler who was the party that was in the net. So now after that violation, still 21-14. Plenty of room to operate with for Pleasant Valley. Waukee Northwest needs a big run. Good pass. You can't get a run up on this one. We'll just play it to the far side. Jones digs it out. She'll get it right back on the set. Cross court. Albrecht is there. Here's good passer. Off the block. Halber keeps it alive. Little bump set for Jones. Blocked into the air by Rothler and Vanda Wheelie. Good passer. Oh, back corner. She is pinpoint right now.
No doubt. Just right in front of the referee, inbounds.
I'm telling you, it is pinpoint what she's doing right now. And that one, we've seen her down the line several times. That time she didn't get a run up, but she just saw the opening, timed it up, and put it away in the back right corner. Nobody was there. 21-14. Rothler to serve. This one leaking. Hayes tried to pass it over. That was a good job by Lockyer just to keep it on her side. She'll pass it to the far side for Jones through the block. Kept down by Vice at the net. Vice gets back up and is able to play it. Van de Wheelie. Far side for Jones off the block. Hayes just fisted it over. And then the big swing by Kramer, high in the air. Somebody called it, and then Van de Wheelie on the broken play. Multiple bodies for the Wolves on the deck, and when you set it up and it's coming spinning like that back across the net for a 6'5" player with her skill level, she's not going to make any mistake.
Yeah, Vanda Wheelie, she just waits around for that to happen. Like, that's the second time that I remember her just, lots of stuff going on, and then she ends the play.
That's a big weapon to have, literally, as there's a good kill that time on the far side by Chloe Jones. Little lifeline still, but still down by 8. There's no clock working against them like we talked about, but they're going to need really now at this point to string probably 5 or 6 points together just to make it manageable on what would be match point. Good pass to receives the serve. Van de Wheelie blocked at the net by Jones. Also in the mix-up there was Sadie Moss. They'll probably share that block. And Hayes back again.
And, as Pleasant Valley, I would probably take that aggressive swing too, because you kind of want to end it by a big swing.
And it's been working.
Right.
You have the pieces to do that.
Not that one swing's going to end it right here, but go down swinging.
Jones dug out. Good passer to the near side. Just going to pass this one to the back corner. And it's saved there by the Wolves. It's going to be a back set to the far side. Kramer. And a good dig that time by Lawns. And the block down on the Pleasant Valley side. Kill to Jones again.
Yep, just a little mistiming there on the block. It depends on if the ball is set tight to the net or off the net. And they were there ready for it. They just were a little off on their timing. Went on their side.
13 kills, by the way, for Jones now. Far side, good passer through the block. And now it is match point, and they have 7 of them. No timeouts available for Waukee Northwest, so 7 opportunities here for the Spartans to try to finish this thing off. Good passer to serve. And that's just wide. That's a tough call there if you're Brooklyn Halber. You don't want your season to end by mistaking that one, but she made the right call, and it was a service error, and they'll get the serve here.
Yeah, and good passer sure knows how to find the court. We've seen that with her hitting.
Lockyer to serve. Dug out. Set to the near side. And kept alive for now off the dig of Halber. They didn't know where it was. Jones just bumps it over. Somehow they located it.
How she got that, I have no idea.
Oh, Van de Wheelie says, not for long. Another kill. Van de Wheelie with 11 in the match, and that one, the final one. And it ends the match in 4, 25, 19, 25, 18, 24, 26, 24, 18. And it will be Pleasant Valley, the 3 seed, moving on to continue their defense as they defeated West Des Moines Valley, they defeated Waukee Northwest and will play West Des Moines Valley on Wednesday. As you see here, just a broken play. Jones did a really good job, but on a tee in a perfect spot with really no resistance there for Van de Wheelie. Didn't see a lot of that since the first set, but she, like you said, knows how to finish a play when it's in front of her.
Yeah, she really wanted that ball. I don't think we saw her swing that aggressively, and it just goes to show what talent they have on their side, that they can mix it up like that.
Waukee Northwest is, of course, going to be proud of this season, and head coach Jody Vogt and her team getting to the state tournament for the first time as a school. But, of course, the real story, Pleasant Valley, a team that is just unbelievable in terms of depth, talent, and we saw it. Good passer with 15. Weiss had 18 kills. Van de Wheelie had 11. As Northwest gets their trophy, congratulations to them on an amazing season.
Yeah, and making it to the state tournament is such an exciting thing, and they won a set here, and they're building for the program.
Absolutely, as now Hallie Weiss is going to go ahead and put on that name in front of those Spartan fans. But you can tell, you saw some of the other celebrations, Valley celebration earlier, even Liberty, the top seed, the way they celebrated just winning the first match here at state. It was kind of like business as usual for us.
Right.
And you could tell that. So with that, as they celebrate with their fans, we'd like to recognize the students from Pleasant Valley as our creative corner of the match, brought to you by Think Iowa City, a collection of curious communities. Think Iowa City. Appreciate them for their sponsorship, but Pleasant Valley brought the all-whites And, of course, this Eastern Iowa school showed up in a big way here, and for the first time ever in Coralville at Extreme Arena. So good job for them. And when it comes to our Casey's General Stores player of the game, I really think you got to go with Hallie Weiss. She was huge in that second set and finished with the game-high 18 kills.
Yeah, she was an all-around player in that win, and they have so much talent. But, yeah, I agree with you.
Casey's General Stores proud to sponsor the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and today's player of the game, Hallie Weiss. Casey's is at the heart of many Iowa communities, cheering on our local teams and fans and making sure there's fresh pizza ready, win or lose. Sign up for new Casey's Rewards, the rewards program that gives back by letting you redeem points for Casey's Cash, fuel discounts, or donations to local schools. So we've seen the awards presentation. Game is in the books in 4 sets. Pleasant Valley takes out the 6th seed Waukee Northwest. Molly, it was a pleasure as always.
Yeah, pleasure working with you.
Absolutely, and Pleasant Valley takes on the 7th seed West Des Moines Valley, 10 a.m. here on Court 2 on Wednesday morning, a matchup of the 3 and 7 seeds in Class 5A. On behalf of our entire crew here in Coralville, for our director, Eric Brown, our cameraman, Pete Tarpey, the entire team, including my color commentator, Molly Geis, I'm Emery Songer, and thank you so much for watching our live coverage of the 2022 Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau, right here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
At Mid-American Energy, we are connectors,
protectors,
leaders,
Job creators.
Friends. And neighbors.
And always at your service.
Slate's the place for you!
Sometimes people who seem to know everything
Dental insurance costs a fortune, and it covers nothing.
don't. For instance, personal plans from Delta Dental cut the cost of many procedures in half. So be careful what you hear.
How important are teeth anyway?
Get the facts. Contact Delta Dental about saving with personal dental plans today.